Hello, my name is Britannia, and today I will be presenting to you my research project titled The Psychological Impact of Technology on Human Behavior, specifically looking at the relationship between psychological distress and self-esteem among college students. This topic really interested me because I've noticed even in my own life and in the lives of people around me that technology, especially social media, can make us feel overwhelmed, anxious, or even like we're not good enough. I wanted to find out whether there's like a real connection between the amount of distress we feel and how we view ourselves. So, in my abstract, I summarized the whole study by pointing out that I found a significant negative correlation between psychological distress and self esteem. This means that as the distress increased, like feelings of depression, anxiety, or stress, self esteem decreased. Students who scored higher on the distress scales tended to have lower feelings of self worth. Moving on to the method section, I had 4 key parts, which were participants, materials, design, and procedure. For participants, I recruited 100 students from Imperial Valley College. Most of them were between the ages of 18 to the ages of 25, and the majority were Mexican or Mexican Americans, which reflects the cultural background of a lot of our students, the student population here at IVC. I recruited them by asking my friends and family to take the survey and to also spread the words to their own friends and their own family. I also posted it on the local Facebook page, which I'm sure a lot of my other classmates also were using. I try to make it easy to be like accessed by anybody who wanted to participate in the survey. And for the materials, I used a Google form that included 2 well-known psychological scales. The first was the DASS-21, which stands for Depression, Anxiety, and Stress Scale. This helped me measure how much distress each participant was feeling. The second was the Rosenberg Self-Esteem Scale, which measures how people generally feel about themselves, whether they feel confident, worthy, and positive, or the opposite. These are both validated tools that are often used in psychology research. As for the design, this was a correlational study. I wasn't testing a treatment or changing anything. I was just looking for a natural relationship between 2 variables: psychological distress, which was my independent variable, and self-esteem, which was my dependent variable. There were no control or experimental groups. I just wanted to see if there was like a link between how stressed or anxious someone felt and how they viewed themselves. Now onto the procedure. I created a simple and anonymous survey that took about 10 to 15 minutes to complete. People could do it on their phone or computer. It had the 2 scales I mentioned and some basic demographic questions. Once I had enough responses, which were the 100 responses, I collected the data and analyzed it. The results, I found a significant negative correlation with the correlation coefficient of around negative 0.62. That's a pretty strong relationship, and it means that the most psychological distress students reported, the lower their self-esteem tended to be. I made a graph to show this relationship, which you can see on my poster. The dots clearly show that as distress scores go up, self-esteem scores go down. In the discussion, I reflected on what this really means. It's likely that constant exposure to social media, messages, notifications, and comparisons to others online can contribute to mental health challenges. When students are stressed or anxious from what they see online, they might start to feel like they're not good enough or that they're falling behind. This affects their self-image and confidence. Another important thing I thought about was the culture. As a Mexican American myself, I know many of us grow up with a strong family, and mentally and emotionally, it can affect us. My study shows that distress and self-esteem are closely linked. So promoting healthier digital habits like taking breaks, limiting screen time, and avoiding negative social comparison can help protect our mental health. This research has helped me personally realize how important it is to check in with myself and be mindful of how much time I spend on social media and what kind of content I'm also consuming and seeing every single day. I hope it encourages others to do the same, and thank you for listening.